lockdown, it would seem that you are not alone. More and more people are turning to buying online, and a survey of consumers says complaints about deliveries have risen by how much, Ruth?
159%.
Not 150 or 160,
no,
but 159%.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So what are your rights when it comes to missing orders? We've got Dean Dunham, a consumer lawyer, with us this morning. Dean, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have your company today. The first thing is quite a few people getting in touch with us about holidays, Dean, and saying, you know, if you've got a holiday booked for August, which many people have, and they're still not sure if it's going to happen, what are their rights if the holiday is cancelled by the company?
Yes, I've had lots of people contacting me about this. It's been a real big problem during the lockdown. Now, if the holiday company cancels, then it's straightforward. You are entitled to a cash refund. The problem comes if the holiday company doesn't cancel and you decide to cancel, perhaps because you're concerned about the pandemic. In that situation, you're not entitled to a refund. So my tip is don't cancel. Do nothing. Wait to see what happens.
Okay,
yeah,
so
well, I tell you what will happen. Nothing will happen. Right. So say, let's just take, say you're flying from Glasgow to London, or from London to Belfast, or from Leeds to Exeter, or whatever it happens to be, and your flight has been cancelled because of all that's gone on. What they do, Dean, and you know this to be true, is they say phone this helpline or phone this line, which they don't answer for at least 90 minutes, right? And then when they do, they try to fob you off with a voucher instead of just saying, here's your money back. What are people's rights in that situation?
Well, we have seen that situation a lot. You're right, it has been happening. But the good news is that the law that we call EC 261 is clear, and it says you're entitled to a cash refund. You do not have to accept a voucher. And those airlines that are offering vouchers, they can do it, but they can't force it upon the passenger.
Okay, good to hear.
Okay. So that's holidays. Let's get back on now to online shopping and online orders. A lot of people asking how long should an order take? Because obviously a lot of companies are saying, oh, well, it's very difficult at the moment with deliveries. Do they still have to give you a time frame?
I mean, how long will a delivery take is the million-dollar question in this climate. The law, which is the Consumer Rights Act, says that it should be no more than 30 days. Now, of course, we are in unusual times, so people should be giving the retailers a bit longer, but not too much longer. And the important point is when you shop online, you have greater rights to cancel the order if you change your mind or if they're just taking too long.
Okay. And then what about when you've got the parcel, they say it's on the way, they tell you it's been delivered sometimes, and you've seen no sign of it?
I think this has been the #1 complaint I've heard in the last few months. And the reason for that is, of course, they're no longer physically handing parcels over. Now, the law still remains the same. It's not been watered down. And what the law clearly says is the goods are in the ownership of the retailer until they've actually physically handed it to you. So if you say this parcel is just not arrived, retailer says, yes, it has. There'll be many people watching this saying, actually, that's happened to me. Don't worry, because the retailer will have to prove that you physically received it. And if you didn't, or they can't prove that, then they're going to have to refund you.
Dean, does a picture of the parcel by your front door or front gate prove that it has been delivered?
No. Many retailers and courier companies think it does. The answer to that question is no, it doesn't. You may have seen the couriers knock on the door, you open the door, and they take a photo with you standing at the door of the package. That's the only evidence that will be good enough to prove it arrived.
Yeah.
So if it was just a picture of the package on a doorstep, that's not enough proof. You have to physically be there.
Not enough. And the reason it's not enough is that the Consumer Rights Act says physical delivery. You must have taken physical possession of it. And just being outside your front door, someone could come and steal the package. I've heard many stories and people saying that's what happened, or they think that's what happened.
Yeah, but You see, if they're going to deliver to Mrs. Holmes and she hasn't got her makeup on, there's no chance of a picture. There's going to be no chance. How are they going to do that?
You just do it from there, just as a person. Now, show my feet. You show my feet.
That would be it. One thing I want to say about delivery drivers, I think delivery drivers have such a tough job, Dean. I really do. I think they're under tremendous pressure. And when you look at the amount of, you ever track one and you see they've got like 7,492 deliveries to make and yours is on that list. I think it's a really tough job. However, a lot of them will be criticised for the condition the package arrives in, say, for instance, if it's damaged.
They will. And at the moment, because there are so many deliveries going on, and if you've seen one of these vans pull on your driveway, as you said, they've got thousands of packages in the back. It's inevitable that they're going to damage some of them. But again, the good news is until you receive those goods in pristine condition, the retailer has responsibility. So if you find something arrives damaged, take a photo. Very important to take a photo of the packaging as well, because that will prove that should prove that it was damaged in transit, and immediately go back to the retailer. I can't stress enough how important it is to do this immediately, because time really is of the essence when you complain about damaged goods.
But there are people saying, Dean, I'm trying to do that and I can't get hold of anybody. Nobody's answering the phone. You know, people haven't got time to hang on to the phones. I've sent an email. I've had no reply from them. Is there still a way of getting your money back if they're not responding to you?
Well, the important point is that you make contact, and even if it's by email, because you'll have evidence you've done it. If you get no response, you're right, many people telling me that as well. At the moment, no response from social media, email, phone. If that happens, and you've paid by your card, your debit card, then you can do what we call a chargeback claim. All you do, go to your bank, tell them the situation. Usually you fill out a form and you will get your money back. Chargeback was really designed for situations where you buy goods and they don't arrive. So it's a very good insurance policy if you need it.
Okay. Listen, that man knows his stuff. Dean Dunham, thank you very much indeed. He is not only a consumer lawyer, he is an award-winning consumer lawyer, and he is there on this morning for you today with that advice. Thank you very much.
Dean, thank you.